and welcome to the build-up from RamsTV. It's FA Cup third round weekend. There has been one major shock already. And this lunchtime here at Pride Park, Derby County are out to cause an upset of their own as they host Premier League Leeds United. Today will be the 6th time these clubs have met in the FA Cup and the first time since January 1996. Leeds won 4-2 at the baseball ground, coming back from 2-0 down against the 10 men of Derby. The Rams also lost Igor Stimac to injury early on in this one. Well, Leeds also knocked out the Rams in 1975, 1973 and 1968. The Rams' only FA Cup win over Leeds coming back in 1962 when the Rams needed a replay to get through to round 4. And remember, no replays in the FA Cup at this stage anymore. We'll have extra time and penalties this lunchtime if required. Now, Derby boss John Eustace played in a couple of victories over Leeds for the Rams in his playing days. He takes charge of his first FA Cup tie with Derby today and spoke to RamsTV ahead of this one at a snowy Moor Farm on Friday.
I think it did for the boys at the start. They certainly had a bit of fun with the snowballs, but no, the same level of professionalism was there, and we managed to get enough work in, which I was happy with.
It's been a busy stretch for you recently. Has this week given you any chance at all to catch your breath?
Not really. You know, it's you haven't really got that time to kind of relax and think about things. Obviously, it's given us a bit of time to give some rest to 2 or 3 players that desperately needed it. You know, after a real tough period of games, but no, we're still at it. You know, the boys have still worked hard the last couple of days, so you know, it's been a good week up to now.
It's FA Cup third round weekend. What does this competition mean to you?
Listen, it's the biggest cup competition in the world. You know, it's what English football's all about, and the third round is always a special day. You know, it's a tie that we're all looking forward to.
I think it's, for you, significant. I think you scored in your first ever appearance in the FA Cup. I know I'm testing your memory here.
Yeah, no, I think Norwich away for Coventry. Yeah, no, it was not a bad goal as well, edge of the box. I think Robbie Keane had set me up, so you know, not that I like to name drop, but it was a nice goal and you know, a good time.
And it's an opponent of significance on Sunday for you as well. There's been some great battles between Derby and Leeds down the years. Firstly, what do you make of this current Leeds side? They seem to have stepped up to the Premier League pretty well.
Yeah, listen, they're an exceptional team. They were top, the best team in the league last year for sure. You know, they've got a fantastic manager there, and they're doing great in the Premier League now. They've spent a lot of money as well, and they've added to a really strong squad. So, you know, we know we're up against a top team, and it's a challenge that we're all looking forward to. It's against Premier League quality that some of the players wouldn't have been used to. So it's nice to go toe to toe with that.
How pleased are you that it's at home as well at Pride Park?
Yeah, look, listen, we love playing at home, and I know the fans will be right behind the boys, and it's an iconic game. You know, Leeds a great history between the 2 teams as well, and you know, it should be a real special occasion. How
do you approach Sunday? Is it a chance to utilise the squad a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. There's players who need games. It'd be great to try and give Oscar some minutes and you know, see what he's all about. You know, he's come in for the last 10 days now, I think it is, and you know, he's trained very well, and he's certainly ahead of schedule, so it'll be great to see him perform at some point. And obviously we've got David and Travis and people like that coming back from injury, so you know, it certainly gives us a chance to give vital minutes to some players.
That's Derby boss John Eustace ahead of today's FA Cup third round tie here at Pride Park Stadium. Derby County hosting Leeds United. This was, of course, a league fixture as recently as last season. Yeah, it was only December 2024 that Leeds won here at Pride Park, courtesy of Brendan Aronson's late goal, a victory that helped them eventually win the championship title on goal difference. They're currently 2 places and 8 points clear of the Premier League relegation zone and had gone 7 without defeat before Wednesday's loss at Newcastle. Job done so far as boss Daniel Farke's concerned. And he is likely to name a pretty strong side today. Derby hoping to have Lewis Travis back in the starting lineup. The skipper returning to the matchday squad over the festive period, and he is delighted to be back amongst it.
Yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing, to be fair. I've always been one to hate being injured, but yeah, I'm really happy to get back.
You'd only played 6 games before getting hurt. How frustrating was that injury?
Massively, I think, given when I did it, and obviously when you go to a new club, you want to sort of show the fans what you can do. You know, you want to give a good account of yourself, and maybe probably didn't give the best account of myself in them 6 games. You know, so yeah, it was frustrating. But yeah, like I said, I'm happy to be back now and get cracking on.
Yeah, and I was looking back through your career so far. Touch wood, you've generally been all right on the injury front, haven't you?
Yeah, yeah, like you said, touch wood. I've been really good. I've not missed many games through injuries, but yeah, like I said, it come at a bad time, you know. But I think obviously if I look back, I think obviously given the pre-season I had, it was very disruptive. I think maybe it come from that, but yeah, hopefully I'm back now and to stay back.
And I know you're all about setting an example and setting the standard in training as well. How much are you still able to do that as a captain when you're rehabbing and not with the boys?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit more tough, but I try to be there at every game, you know, home and away, and try and get the boys going for it and keeping the standards obviously around the building. Obviously it starts with that, but yeah, we've got loads of leaders in the group anyway that do that on the training field as well. So yeah.
Can you give us some examples of the things you've come in and tried to do, big things, little things, but just to make your mark?
I don't think anything specifically. I think obviously on the training pitch, when I've trained, really, it's just driving standards, because I feel like the game comes natural if you're giving 100% in training, you're doing the right things in training, and obviously the games, I think, just making sure everyone knows how important the 3 points are on Saturday.
You've had a while to settle in now and to get to know the guys in the dressing room. Tell me what you've got. Tell me what they're like in that room. Yeah,
it's a really good group. Obviously, it's a really tight-knit group. Everyone gets on with everyone. Even outside of the building, lads go out and all that together. So yeah, it's a really tight-knit group, and I think there's a willingness to do well as well. Especially, I think there was 13 new players, and I think sometimes that's hard. To make everyone gel, but everyone gets on and everyone's striving to do the best.
Which of your teammates gives you the most grief, and why is it Dion Sanderson?
No, I'm not sure. Obviously, me and Dion are really good friends. Obviously, he picked me as an easy target on his. He did, yeah. He picked me as an easy target, so yeah.
FA Cup this weekend. What's this competition meant to you?
Yeah, I've had a good few runs over my career in the FA Cup, and I think it's a really good one, especially for the lads who have not maybe had loads of minutes. It's a chance there to go show the gaffer what you're about, and I think the game against Leeds is absolutely massive. So if we can go and get through there, it'd be amazing. You
talked about the experience you've had, captain Blackburn to the quarter-finals a couple of years ago, was it?
Yeah, I think it was the semi-final. To be fair, we got beat against Sheffield United. I think they got beat 6-0 in the final against City, so I think we missed a decent one. But yeah, that was a real good experience, and I think our group can go really far here.
Yeah, Leeds visit on Sunday at Pride Park. How do you approach a game like this?
I think just as normal. I think obviously I'm not too sure what the gaffer will do with the team, but maybe some lads will play who've not had loads of minutes. So I think it's a really good chance for everyone to show the gaffer what they're about, and I think we just approach it like a normal game and go out there to win.
That's Derby skipper Lewis Travis. It's been a very busy weekend in the FA Cup third round already. There has been one major upset so far, arguably the biggest upset in the history of the competition. Non-league Macclesfield beating Premier League Crystal Palace yesterday, 117 places between the clubs in the pyramid. Other notable results include Wrexham knocking out Nottingham Forest on Friday night and Manchester City putting 10 past Exeter yesterday. Plenty more ties to come, including Portsmouth Arsenal later and Liverpool Barnsley on Monday night. Sunday's FA Cup action kicks off here at Pride Park at midday with Derby County against Leeds United. Unfortunately, no live coverage of this one on RamsTV, but you can follow events across the club's social media channels. There will also be a reaction later at dcfc.co.uk. So until next time, goodbye.